Yes, guys, have Manchester City struck back at these people online and in the newspapers regarding the 115 charges and assuming Manchester City's guilt. We're going to play a clip in a second and show you a tweet, guys. This is pretty mad. Before we get into it, I want you guys to smash a like and make sure you subscribe and give me your comments in down below. Now, some of you guys on Twitter might have seen this last week, but Tommy, who for those that don't know, real Tommy here is someone who claims to be in the know, and he does get some stuff right. You know, to be fair, as you know, ITK do get information wrong, but he does get a lot of information right. Now, on the 28th of April, yeah, he put out this tweet: City have sent out a number of legal warning letters to demand they cease and desist, or action will now be taken. The club are doing this from a position of strength and knowledge. Okay, so what's this all about? Now, I'm sure many of you guys are watching this on YouTube. You've seen the constant, the slander that Manchester City have been getting, the assumed guilt. And I just want to say, from a City fan point of view, for people who don't know me, I don't know if City are innocent or guilty. I've never said we're innocent, never said we're guilty. I don't know. I'm just going to wait and see what the outcome is, which apparently that's a controversial thing, but that's just my take. I'm going to wait and see what happens, right? But a lot of people have said there's 100% no way City are not guilty. City are guilty. City are guilty. Yeah, I've seen it on the overlap. And Gary Neville, who's been a bit suspect with some of the stuff he said and some of the wording he said, there's no way all these revenues are legit. There's no way the City have done this legitimately, okay? Pretty, I mean, and if it's false information that they're giving there, not the best. Now, that came out on the 28th. Mark Goldbridge has his Goldbridge Saves a podcast. Take a listen to this.
Stay up. But I don't think Man City do deserve to win the league. And you'll notice, Man City fans, I don't want to talk about 115 anymore.
Why?
Not because I've been threatened legally.
We cannot say anything.
But because I
stay up.
But I don't think Man City do deserve to win the league. And you'll notice, Man City fans, I don't want to talk about 115 anymore.
Why?
Not because I've been threatened legally.
We cannot.
Look at the way he quivers. That's legit. He has been threatened legally.
Because I've been threatened legally.
Look at him. So, the information from Tommy was correct. City's lawyers, on behalf of Manchester City, have been sending out letters to say, stop saying that we're guilty. We're not guilty. We've not been found guilty. We've not been found innocent. Nothing's happened yet. We're still waiting for the judgment. Now, what is going to happen? Who knows? Again, I don't know what's going to happen. However, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Because the other week, a Manchester City board member, whilst being interviewed about some other stuff, was asked about the 115 charges. And he said in the interview that, as he said, as you can see from my body language, I am super confident. Now, it's important for people to realise that are not City fans. City have always maintained their innocence. City have always said we've got the evidence to prove our innocence, but it's up to the Premier League to prove your case. So you're not just going to hand over documentation that they're not legally required to do. It's up to the Premier League to prove the case. If the Premier League has said you breached the rules, prove that we've breached the rules. If the Premier League is saying we've committed fraud, which is what they've said we're doing, you've got to prove it. It's not up to ourselves to prove that we've not committed fraud. It's up to you to prove that you have committed fraud. That's how the justice system works. That's how this works. Yeah, the police charge you with a crime. It's up to them to prove that you're guilty. That's how it works in court. It's up to them to prove to the jury that you're guilty. And of course, you're allowed to put a defence, but it's up to them to prove that you're guilty. And that's what the Premier League have to do. They have to prove that Manchester City are guilty. And a lot of people are just going around saying City are guilty, City are guilty, City are guilty. And City, by the looks of it, have had enough. Now, what is going to happen? Again, you got Karl Mubarak, yeah, who's City's CEO, who said in the interview at the time when all these charges dropped that he is extremely confident of the outcome. They've got irrefutable evidence, and that once this is all over and done with, he will be sending out a very strong message. You've got the other board member, Galassi, yeah, I believe he's called, who said last week that he's super confident of the outcome. And now you've got Manchester City's lawyers sending out letters telling people to shut up about saying that we're guilty because we're not guilty. And now apparently Richard Masters, the Premier League CEO, is saying that these charges are actually going to be held really, really soon. It sounds to me, I'm getting more and more confident about the outcome of this. I can't lie. Throughout this whole period, throughout this whole situation, I've been through peaks and troughs of confidence. You know, you'll hear a bit of rumours, don't sound too good, and then you hear someone say, City are really confident, all this is happening. At this moment in time, I'm pretty confident that the City will be found not guilty. I don't know if we're guilty or not. I'm just saying, I think I'm pretty confident that we'll be found not guilty because of everything that I'm hearing. Why would why would Khaldun Mubarak say all the things that he said in the past? Why would Galassi last week, a board member, say he's super confident? Why would City's lawyers start sending out letters saying that you're guilty? You're going to look like a bit of a mug if you send out letters to people saying, stop saying we're guilty, if 2 weeks later you get found guilty. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that, you look like a bit of an idiot. You look like, even I will say as a City fan, I'll say, you look like a bit of an idiot there, lads. You sent all these letters out telling people to say you're not guilty, but you are guilty, like 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks later, 2 months, whatever it's going to be. You look a little silly. Now, City could just be doing it to protect the brand. I don't know. But my point is, City must be very, very confident of the outcome of these charges. And apparently they are. Apparently they are. And the question is as well, who else has he sent this out to? I know Nick Harris is one of City's favourite fans online. Obviously, he's very invested in these charges. He's coming very much from the side of City are guilty, and City have definitely broke the rules. When you read his tweets, listen to him on the podcast, I mean, he's utterly convinced of it, and he's almost made it his life work to prove and to help prove that Manchester City are guilty, which, you know, if that's what he wants to do, and he's earning money out of it, then fair play. But has he been sent a letter? Because he's someone that's been very critical of City's regime and how they've handled their business. Who else? Miguel Delaney, the bloke at New York Times. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. All I would say is, if City get found not guilty on these charges, bro, it's going to pop off, man. It's going to pop off. Because I don't think people fully realise, like, hopefully the club is protected if they do get found guilty and the club will survive. Because, of course, what are the ramifications? What are the fines? Do we have to pay compensation to other clubs, etc., etc.? No one truly knows. But, you know, I know a lot of City fans who'd relish the opportunity of going down the divisions again and working our way back up because, you know, they enjoyed it so much when we did it last time. Obviously, there's a whole group of City fans that wouldn't want to do that, who only known success and wouldn't want to go down that road. But if City get found not guilty, mate, I tell you what, there's going to be some tears, bro. There's going to be some tears. Some of these journalists, some of these opposition fans. I've got to say as well, a lot of these opposition fans want us to be guilty because they don't want to be in a situation where they feel that City have just been mint. They want an excuse. Liverpool want an excuse. Arsenal want an excuse. Oh, that's why we never won anything, because City were cheating. It's not a case of, oh, actually, we just weren't good enough. Maybe our players weren't good enough. Maybe our manager wasn't good enough. Maybe City were just really, really good. They want an excuse. They want a reason to have an excuse. They want a reason. So it's kind of crazy. Anyway, I'll run the clip again last time so you guys can see it one last time before we wrap up. But guys, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you are subscribed. And here's Goldbridge again.
Stay up.
But I don't think Man City do deserve to win the league. And you'll notice, Man City fans, I don't want to talk about 115 anymore.
Why?
Not because I've been threatened legally.
We cannot say anything.